Hello, friends, and it's the Grumpy Old Man, broadcasting live from WDWL TV on Grumpy Vulture Boulevard. Okay, and we are a division of Grumpy Vulture Enterprises. All right, you want to give him the stink eye? Give him the stink eye. Give him the stink eye. Give him the stink eye. All right. Both eyes. Both eyes. Both eyes. All right. That's enough. In your cage. Next thing, it's going to be the Grumpy Vulture Show, sponsored by the Grumpy Vulture. A little more testing. Have a little more lighting. Still with the blue filters. Tomorrow, we're going to try. Where is it? Check this baby out. Look at that. That is a studio light if I ever saw one. Now, the only thing I have to do is basically put a t-shirt over the front of this. And it's no different than the diffuser that would, see there's 4 holes, one in each corner, that would screw on here. That's all it is. But is that not one bad boy? Look at the size of that monster. Look at all them LEDs. This thing would probably blind the space station. We're going to try it tomorrow. That's a beast. Whoop. Yep. I have some more lighting that's going to go over on this side. We're going to do a lot of lighting tests over here, because once we get it established here in Studio A, all we have to do is place it. So that's why all the testing is going on over here. Pardon me. I look like a traffic light. Jeez. You know, the strange thing is, this orange is not that bright. And for some reason, when you hit it with those blue lights, I light up like a caution light on a street corner. No reflectors on this shirt, no. Matter of fact, tomorrow I have to run up to my special clothing store because I called her today and she said they had a whole group of reflective shirts come in. The only problem is she couldn't tell me, all the sizes. The last time I was there, oh my God, they had the shirts with the reflective tape, that I like because, first of all, I'm an old man walking through a parking lot. And second of all, it makes a better target for the motorist. And, for what I pay for these shirts, I mean, these are regular uniform shirts. Red cap. This is a red cap. $5.98. $5.98 for a nice work shirt. Twin pockets that I like. And like I say, this one didn't have any reflective. I just like the reflective. You know. $5.98. And long sleeve, $6.98. I was looking at some T-shirts today because, I wanted to replace these. I like to swap out. I got the FBI one there and the CIA one. $25 to $35 for a T-shirt. I am totally, and I'll be the first one to admit it, I am totally out of touch with prices today. Clothing prices have gone through the fucking roof. All right. Back in the late 60s, early 70s, when I was buying the T-shirts, they were like 75 cents a piece. These two, the FBI and the CIA shirts, I bought them like 10 years ago, and I was complaining. I was like, Jesus Christ, $9.99 for a T-shirt? Now? $29.99 for a T-shirt? Holy shit. For a T-shirt. I would hate to think what a suit costs today. And I'm not talking a high end or a low end, an intermediate. Not that I need a suit, but back in the day, when I started working at the courthouse, we had to wear suits. And I always wore a three-piece because I liked the vest. And then I accessorized, I had a watch put in the vest pockets, with the gold chain that went through the loop and over the other side. And there was it was a discount clothing store not that far, a couple of blocks from the courthouse. And I think I was paying like $29 to $39 for a three-piece suit. And this was tailored. Everything, the tailor come out, measured, and I would be, matter of fact, I'm going to check tomorrow, but I bet you an average suit. And like I say, I'm not talking crap material, and I'm not talking, most expensive. I bet you $300. Easy. It might scare me if I even more, but I would tend to think a three-piece suit would probably like $300. For that, I would go to Goodwill and see if I could find one. Not that I need one, but I don't have one, and you never know when an occasion is going to come up that you're going to need a suit. Now, I have some really nice sports jackets. Get a black pair of dress slacks. But sometimes it's just more appropriate to wear a suit. I can see I will be visiting Goodwill. Back in the day, back in the late 70s, I had a Johnny Carson apparel suit. Because for a while, Carson had his own apparel line. And that suit was like $150, which was big money. You know, that was big bucks back in, 77, 78. But I was a loyal Carson fan, and I just had to have, open that coat, and, with their Johnny Carson apparel. And I think because I ordered it unaltered, and I think a tailor charged me like $20, which was still a little pricey, but I loved that suit. It really pained me when I grew out of it. But I looked spiffy going to work in my Johnny Carson 3-piece tailored. Trying to think if I had a Johnny Carson tie. I think I had the whole 9 yards. No, I just had the suit. Because there was a tie shop down in the, we had a small garment district here in Cleveland. And there was a tie shop, $1 a piece. You get a tie, $1 a piece. Of course, they were throwaways. Because it never fails, I'd be sitting at my desk and I'd go to take a drink of coffee and somebody bump you and, you'd spill coffee on your tie. So I had a bunch of throwaways. But those were the days. I'll never forget. I bought an emerald green 3-piece suit for St. Patrick's Day. And I not only had the emerald green 3-piece suit, I had a mint green shirt, a green tie, and green socks. The only thing I didn't have was green shoes. And I walked into the office on St. Patrick's Day, and the women, oh my God, I thought they were going to piss their pants from laughing. They were like, look at him. I said, I told you I was going to. I looked like a giant leprechaun. But back in the day, you had fun at work. Not like today. We smoked in the office. We were allowed to smoke. And most of us smoked cigars, I used to get them there, like out to here. Walk around smoking your cigar in the office, Nobody ever complained. It wasn't like, get away from me, you're a smoker. Just about everybody in the office smoked back in the day. God, you could smoke anywhere. Go to the barber shop. While you're waiting to have a smoke, the barber would be smoking while he's cutting your hair. Go to the grocery store. There were ashtrays at the end of every aisle. The only place you couldn't smoke was church. Yeah, you could smoke on planes. You could smoke in the hospital. I remember they had floors. One part was a smoking section, and one was... come out of surgery, light up a cigarette, Thanks, Doc. Not like today. Oh my God. I remember my buddy had a business. I'm not going to mention where. And he owned the building outright. And he got cited by the city that it was in for smoking because there was an ordinance. He said, I own this building outright. Every brick, every wire, Nope. City said, you can't smoke. He was going to fight it in court, and I told him, I said, it's not worth spending the money. So what we did was we installed an exhaust fan in the back room, which was like a little storage room, and we went back there and smoked. And if we saw a city car drive down the street, we'd lock the door and it was bullshit. I can't, to own your own building that's yours. But, the thing that really surprises me, and if I wouldn't have read the results, Zippo lighters still sell like crazy. They say the smokers are, slowly decreasing. Every month, Zippo comes out with this new lighter and that new lighter and this new lighter. Yeah, their sales are booming. So, all you cities and states that are trying to shoo us smokers away, it ain't happening. And everybody tells me, you shouldn't smoke on the... It's my YouTube. If you don't like seeing the grumpy old man have a cigarette, then you don't have to watch him. Or close your eyes. I know. I'm a pain in the ass. I have to get used to this setup because I'm not used to looking at the camera over here. I'm used to sitting looking this way, although the monitor over here, the camera is like eye level. Over here, it's like 8 inches. So I have to, look. As a matter of fact, I made a note today. Look here. And I'm still not looking here. But tomorrow, we're going to set that big boy up. I'll probably get frickin' blinded by that thing. With as many LEDs in there, I'll probably get a suntan. Now, as it said in the title, a little trivia. I'm going to give you a little chance to think on this first. I know you'll all run to Google. Who was the first person to be struck by a motorized vehicle, and when? Now there's two different people. One fell out of a motorized vehicle and unfortunately perished. And then there's number 2, who was struck by a motorized vehicle. I'm going to give you the names, and I'll give you a chance to think of the dates. The first person that perished from being struck, her name was Bridget Driscoll. The first person to perish from falling out of a motorized vehicle was Mary Ward. Now, I know I don't have a chat on, but I'm going to give you a few seconds to just take a guess, I'm not going to see it. Oop, that might be copyrighted music. All right. The first person to be struck and perished was hit at the speed of 4 miles an hour. That was Bridget Driscoll in England, August 17th, 1896. 1896. The second person, the one who fell out of and unfortunately perished, who was Mary Ward, that was in Belfast, August 31st, 1869. She fell out of a steam-powered carriage, and it ran her over. 1869. But the first traffic fatality was in 1896. Unbelievable. And the vehicle that struck her was only going 4 miles an hour. 4. She was crossing the street. Now, there weren't that many motorized vehicles. And at 4 miles an hour, you mean to tell me she couldn't see that sucker coming a mile away? Yep. Stepped out into the street and boom. What were there? Maybe 2, 3 vehicles in town? Maybe? And you didn't see this thing coming at 4 miles an hour? A damn horse runs faster than that. That amazed me. Reading that just... What did she step off step out into the street and look at it and go, oh, that ain't going that fast. Boom. 4 miles an hour. I wish it would have, been caught on camera, although cameras weren't even, there was no CCTV footage back then, but how on God's green earth do you get hit by a motorized vehicle going 4 miles an hour in a city where they were still, using horses and carriages. It boggles my mind. The only thing I can figure is she was like, wow, look, it doesn't have a horse. And it's coming this way. It had to be the way it was. It had to be the way it was. Unless she was looking the opposite way, but vehicles weren't quiet like they are today. You know, I almost got hit by an electrical vehicle one day. Because the newer ones, the newest ones, the first Teslas that came out, didn't make a noise. Now they have this artificial intelligence noise that makes it sound like a car. Yeah. I didn't hear it. I walked around the back of my truck, and next thing I hear, meh, 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 meh. I was like, holy shit, where did you come from? And then he just went, and you hear it. Now, all electric vehicles have to make a noise. But to be going 4 miles an hour, how do you get... There wasn't much written up about it. So I don't know if, maybe as it came down, she wasn't paying attention or something, but even so, it just, yeah, there's your little trivia for the day. A little grumpy old man trivia. A little worthless trivia. But I thought it was interesting. I just Googled it today. I was watching a news story last night, and it mentioned, the statistics for vehicle, pedestrian. And I was like, I want to see who the first person was and when it was. And when I saw the dates, it literally blew the top off my head. I had to put it back on. Super glue works wonders. You can't even see the. And with that, the grumpy old man is going to call it an evening. We'll see what kind of worthless trivia we have for you tomorrow. But with that, where's my clicker? Can't find my clicker. Friends, I will